physically, obviously the answer is no. But Jesus is not talking about physical blindness. He's talking about spiritual blindness. The blindness that results in one seeing the splinter in someone's eye, but not seeing the wooden beam in their own eye. The blindness sometimes that we forget to realize that we're all sinners. None of us is perfect. None of us have the whole truth, the whole wisdom. We need one another. We need to follow Jesus, who's the only one who can see clearly to lead us into eternal life. But sometimes we forget that. We think, oh, I know the right answers. My ideas are the right way to do this thing. Even sometimes in quarrels between spouses, between parents and children, one party is so much fixated, I know the right thing to do and your way is the wrong way. None of us sees that clearly. None of us have 20/20 vision. We need to be humble enough to realize that we are blind to, that we need to listen to one another. And when two people cannot agree, that's why Jesus tells us, bring two other people. Bring someone from the outside. And if still you cannot see, then bring in the church. Listen to the wisdom of the church over 2,000 years. You know, first reading was about Paul. You know the story of Paul, how, his conversion. And he says, I was a blasphemer. I was a persecutor. He was going around killing Christians. Why? Because he believed he was right. And they were wrong. That's how much he believed that he was in the right, that he was willing to travel to Damascus to bring him and put him in jail. He wasn't doing it because he was a bad person, an evil person, who wants to torture people, because he was convicted how right he is, and they were wrong. And what did Jesus do? He made them blind. Remember the story? Jesus, heard his voice. There was a light. He fell off his horse, and then he couldn't see. And Jesus brought another disciple, Ananias, who obviously didn't want to go first because he was right, and Saul is, dangerous man. He's, evil person. But he asked him to go and open his eyes. What we need to have our eyes open so we can become like our teacher, number one is humility. We have to be knocked off our high horse of I am right. I know it all. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do or what's the right solution. We need that humility to recognize I am blind. I need help. The Lord's help and my community's help. The people around me. I need to listen to them. And without that humility, what happens is what kind of Paul was doing. It leads to division, it leads to anger, it leads to us versus them. We are on the right, they're on the wrong, and it always will end up leading in violence. And that's where our world is headed towards today. We need to be the voices who say, look, we need all to open our eyes. We need all to listen to our teacher. We need to follow him because he's the one who is the light of the world and can lead us to eternal life and can lead us to that safe place where we want to be. We're all blind, but Jesus is ready to open our eyes. Will we let him?